This Pitch Breakfast video is brought to you by Spangler and Agins.
Okay, hi, I'm David Stedman. I'm CEO of Canopy Financial Advisors. Everyone reaches a point where their finances are in complete disarray. Imagine Canopy as your closet organizer. We organize all your clothes, plus we tell you how many shirts you have, or if you don't have enough ties, or if your coat is out of style. Now, replace all your clothes with your investments, all your investments. Canopy allows you a way to analyze and organize all your investments on your own secure website. For example, you can know what your exposure is to the healthcare industry, if you're overweight or underweight versus your benchmark. You can know if Bob, your broker, really is doing what he says he's doing. Canopy can tell you all this and much, much more. Again, a place to organize and monitor and analyze all your assets on one site. Our target market are people who have a complex balance sheet and want to be more organized. We are charging a monthly fee that is justified by our best-in-class product as well as our safe and secure website. Now, the good news is we have a lot of competition. Our competition is our competitive advantage. For example, we include illiquid assets. They don't. They're using your data to sell you other services. We're not. We have better analytics. My 20-plus years experience in the investment industry and my partner's 10 years experience as a risk manager for a hedge fund give us a unique perspective and I think a competitive advantage. We're not here today trying to raise money. We're here to get your advice on what we can do better to market our company. Now let me leave you with one last thought. No one cares about your money as much as you do. Let Canopy be your financial closet. Thank you. You want this back? Okay. I'm gonna hold on to that. Okay. I can speak loud if you want. Okay, go ahead.
So how are you different from all the other financial advisors that might have software or the large competitors that you named?
Okay, that's a good question because you have different sectors. You have financial advisors that may manage your money. That's one way. They have an ulterior motive. They want to manage your money. They're going to do whatever they can to get your business to manage your money. So they will aggregate some of your assets. They won't aggregate all of them. If you have an investment in a restaurant, they're not going to pull that in and give a value to it and make it part of your portfolio. You have another sector, though, that you're kind of touching on, which is like a mint.com. That is an online-based competitor. First of all, their website for what we do is not near as good. And you can put things in there, but there are no analytics behind the assets that you put in there. And their focus are advertising, they're using your data to sell you other things, basically. Our site is very pure in what we do. Does that make sense? Sure.
So if I'm using Mint or if I'm using Quicken, how do I find out about you and how do you integrate with those or do I have to give those up or what's the...
No, and how you find out about us is where I would ask for help and advice. We are about 2 weeks away from our beta product getting out there, probably a couple months away from going full-fledged to market. We're starting with family and friends, and we have a website where we are up and running from that standpoint. But we are not teaming up with them. We have a couple different ways that we're thinking about marketing. One is we are looking to team up with some RIAs, some investment advisors, where they've actually already come to us and said, hey, can we use your product? And for them, it's a great way to use our product to get the trust of their customers. There's an inherent distrust between people that manage your money and people that are having their money managed. And so if they can use our product with our name on it and go to those people and say, we want you to put all your assets in here, and we're not manipulating the data, we're not doing anything with the data, we're just using this to see how you're allocated against different sectors so we can manage your money better. And so we're going to team up with people like that. Plus, we're also going just to the social media to try to get the individuals that way.
So have you tried to take it to financial advisors for them to use?
Well, we're not at that point yet. Okay. I mean, we will be hopefully at that point in a couple of weeks. But we've given demonstrations to financial advisors, and I've had 2 in particular that said, yes, they want to do this. Now, another interesting twist, and I'm not sure how much credence I'll put in this, but I have one company, it's a local company that have 5 guys that want to be beta testers that are all part of the same company. So I approached them and said, hey, how about we sell you this as a benefit to your executives? And they like the idea, and the reason is because they can deduct this from their cost as a company. And they already have 5 executives that want to use the service. So another approach to marketing this maybe as a benefit, selling it to companies and let the companies sell it as a benefit to their employees to differentiate themselves from other companies.
Yeah. Go ahead. No. I was going to say, think about those channel relationships or something that can drive the business. Yeah. Because the pure dollars it takes to get awareness in the marketplace is staggering, especially in a consumer crowded space like that. Yeah. So finding something that can drive people your way, which he knows of one, not for your business, but a model that has worked. That can actually be a big differentiator, especially if you're out raising money.
Yeah. Okay. So full disclosure, David and I are friends. We know each other. David's
I consider you a friend. I'm happy you consider me a friend too.
There's a little thing we got to resolve. It's complicated. David, I thought your presentation was good. You're an articulate guy. You've got good presence. You kind of have a good, you seem really credible. I felt like the closet analogy kind of brought it, because I know what the product is, I've seen it, seemed to sort of undersell what you've got a little bit, like just from my perspective. But I feel like you did a good job communicating what was going on, and I would ask more questions if I was just a standard human. It seems like there's 3 things that you kind of have to figure out how to overcome in order to get people to sign up for this. Right? One are the economics associated with using your product. Is it cheaper? Is it more expensive? Is it cheap? Is it expensive? How much does it cost? Like if I'm a person and I want to use it, what does it cost?
Well, it is going to be, as I said, it's kind of what we're marketing as a best-in-class product. So we are looking at this point probably $150 a month. So yes, it will be expensive. Now, one of the things that I believe, and I would love your feedback on this, is that people are very sensitive about their finances. They want to feel protected, and they're willing to pay to feel protected. That's why they pay their money managers what they do. We are going to make part of this what people pay in fees, and it's going to be minuscule compared to our fee that we'll be charging per month. But we also recognize that is a potential hurdle that we're going to face.
So this is just me, and I'd be interested in the audience's feedback on this. When someone doesn't say how much it costs, it makes it it doesn't feel transparent. It's not like a great way to start. And $150 a month is too expensive for some of the people in the room, and it's completely fine for some of the people in the room. And I feel like if that's what it costs, you should go ahead and just serve that right up and say it's $2,000 a year. That's what it costs. And there's a lot of people who will say not for me, but for the people who are in your target market, they can decide, is $2,000 a year a lot? For some, I don't know, right? So the second thing I was going to talk about is trust, right? If you want me to move my financial data to your cloud, right, I would like to know a lot about who the hell you are, right? Because you're not, Vic, you work for Morgan Stanley? Is that right? Merrill Lynch. You're not Merrill Lynch. You're not trusted Merrill Lynch, right? Who are you guys?
Right. It's a good question, and I can tell you. Let me ask you this, and I'm going to answer your question with a question, and then I'll answer it.
I'm going to answer that question with another question.
That is so good. We could go forever. My background is, by the way, I worked at Solomon Brothers and then Goldman Sachs in New York, and I worked at Barclays Capital and ran a proprietary trading group at Barclays in London. I came back to Charlotte. I ran a hedge fund for 10 years and closed the fund to start this business.
So I would say all of that. Hold on. Okay. I would say all of that instead of financial closet. Right? I mean, how do y'all feel about that? Yeah. What do we like better? Long financial history, right? Raise your hand. Or financial closet. Okay, so that's just it.
There we go. Thank you.
Get out.
Yeah. That's right. And who's going to disagree with him?
No. I'm
seriously. Okay, that's. Let me ask on the closet, and now I'll ask everybody this on the closet metaphor. And I hear what you're saying. I agree. I don't think it justifies our product.
It undersells what you're doing. Yeah.
What I'm trying to do, what I have found when I describe the product is that I tend to talk ad nauseum about trying to describe what it is.
Hold on, let's do this. Who wants to describe David's product back to David? Who can do that based on what he said?
I'll
Somebody
give you
raise
the
their hand.
microphone.
Right? No, who can do it? Come on. There you go. What is it?
It's an aggregation of all of your investments, whether they are typical bank investments or if they are less typical, like in other types of business ventures that you were talking
Right.
about, and it provides analytics about how you are distributed across those investments, and it may even give you advice. I don't know.
No, it's not giving you advice.
That was good.
That's very good, actually. That's
Yeah.
great.
Anybody else want to do it?
Well, one thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't want to say, if you stick with the closet metaphor,
Yeah.
stay away from your coats out of style, because as somebody who buys financial advice, I don't want somebody that wants to give me the latest, trendiest thing. I want the coat that fits.
Yeah, and I think that's where maybe you got the implication where I said, oh, your coat's going out of style. What this business is not here to do is give advice. Because I think that you're getting plenty of financial advice out there. What we're providing is a tool for you to do this yourself. We're providing a tool for you to look at your financial picture and say, hey, I don't have enough exposure to healthcare, or look at my portfolio versus a benchmark portfolio where I'm underweight or overweight, or where I fall on the efficient frontier. And I won't go into all the analytics, but it gives you a tool to look at it yourself. Where I actually think the market is going is where the investment managers are going to start to move away from traditional investment management, where you just give them a certain amount of money and they manage it for you, to they're going to look at your whole picture. Yep.
Yeah, I think using the closet is a good idea, except that because it brings it to the general public, it relates to closet. But most of us can't relate to our financial things. We've got stuff, as you said. But as soon as you say $150 a month, you've lost probably 90% of people in this room. So
Right.
You're using the closet as a relative to the general world.
Yeah.
And $150 a month.
That's a great point.
It's a great point.
That's a great point. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
What
our
does she
target
want to say?
market is not somebody
Yeah,
that
right.
has $50,000 in net worth.
what
Our
is it-
target
what's
market is somebody that has a high net worth, that has a complex balance sheet. Yeah.
I wasn't really clicking with the product until you said if you own a restaurant or something that your financial advisor is not paying attention to, and then I clicked
Yeah.
right in because I've owned a number of
Put
small
that
businesses,
on the plan.
and then also a couple pieces of property, and I'm always frustrated when
So
I
he's
walk
not
in,
right.
they tell me how I balance, and I'm like, wait,
Hey,
that
Dave.
doesn't
What?
consider the most of my
Can we
value.
have one more minute for us?
Things that everybody seems to know is value to me. So I was thinking, I was looking for a product. The closet analogy felt too low end to me.
Okay. That's the same as your point.
Let Dane talk and then we're done.
I'd be more interested in knowing that you manage unique portfolios, because I tend to think of myself differently. I know a lot of
Right.
people.
You are. You're
That's how I think of myself.
Okay, thank you. Dane?
Quick, Dane. Little.
You say something like your financial dashboard, because in the market you're going to, people probably know what a dashboard is in technology and software.
Yep.
And that would really, and that the target market you're doing, your high enough level people probably they understand.
You got a great story. You can tell it better than you told it now, but it was good.
Okay.
Way to
thanks.
go, David.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.